Charlie Clark, Vice President of Communications for the Hilton-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, joins us. Charlie, we had the mayor in last week. He was touting the summer as the continuation, obviously, of a busy spring and something that we might see continue into the fall and into the winter and ad infinitum. Is it quite that crazy out there?
You know, it's interesting, Bob. Is it a busy summer as we always have? Yes, it definitely is a busy summer. I think the difference this year is we're looking at a few factors. We have a lot of pent-up demand, obviously across the country. We're not the only ones facing this. Other destinations as well are facing pent-up demand, and people want to travel. They are ready to get out of their homes. We're not traveling internationally to the degree that we were.
Right.
I think probably for us it ramped up a little faster than it normally does. As we all know, the usual pattern here is to kind of ramp up in spring, have that normal busy summer season with our families, and then we sort of kind of shoulder off and taper off in the fall. Last year, that taper off didn't happen. Right. One of the reasons, because people were working and schooling remotely. This fall, while we know that there will still be visitors in our area, as there always are, we also have schools that are going back in session in other parts of the country. So it'll be an interesting year for sure. We're keeping our fingers on the pulse of it based on research every single day.
That kids going back to school in person kind of thing, might have an impact when we get to the fall, might it?
Definitely, because the fall is usually, as you know, that's not really as much of our family season. That's a heavy golf season, quite frankly. Golf is seeing unprecedented numbers, unprecedented growth. Great outdoor sport, and a lot of folks have rediscovered the sport of golf during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay. The biggest thing we wanted to get to today, though, is a community-wide resident sentiment survey that you guys are working on. Tell us a bit about how that works.
Well, the Chamber this week, Bob, we're deploying what's probably the largest resident sentiment survey about tourism that's ever been done on Hilton Head Island. We really, like I said, everything we do is based on research, and residents are an important factor in that. It's our number one economic driver, but we really do want to know, how do you feel about that? How do residents feel about not only our tourism economy, but how do they feel about the amenities that tourism economy brings? How do they feel about the number of restaurants? How do they feel about our beaches? We want to know about how they feel about our island amenities too.
And when do we draw the line we've become too touristy and not enough residency? Residency, if that's a word. Is that something you're kind of looking at, trying to find where that break point is?
Well, you know what? I think that we are obviously, the Chamber of Commerce is the designated marketing organization tasked with visitors pay for visitor marketing to bring those visitors in. But it's also really important that we also want to protect our quality of life. That's an important factor as well. And that's something that's important to us. So we think it's always important to keep our fingers on the pulse of that. We think it's critical that we make sure that those visitors who are coming in understand our island values. They understand our commitment to the environment. And we want to make sure that balance is there. So it's important to get out there and we want to know what residents think. We ask them.
And the Chamber website is the place to go?
The Chamber website is the place to go. We have unprecedented cooperation from all of our communities, even our gated communities. Will be actually pushing some of this messaging out and urging their residents to also take the survey, so we really get a nice sample of just what residents think.
What have past survey results noted?
This is the first time we've ever done it to this extent. So we're really excited about it. We're working with a company called MMGY Global. This is what they do. They do it in other communities, tourism-based communities all around the country. So they're very familiar with it, and they're one of the leading researchers when it comes to travel and tourism. So we're thrilled to have them in partnership with us.
Is it a true false, multiple choice, or we got a little essay in this too?
It is. It's really extensive. It only takes about 10 minutes to do, which is great. But we really want to get at residents' take, like I said, on just about everything there is when it comes to the island and island amenities that are related to tourism. So we're excited to see that. We're anxious. Anyone who takes the survey has an opportunity to win a $100 gift certificate to the restaurant of their choice on the island if they choose to. And they also have the ability to opt in for more community information. We have so many information outlets these days. It's kind of nice if one shows up in your inbox. So we're asking them that too. If you'd like to receive more information on what's happening in the community, you can check a box and get that info. But the overall survey is anonymous. It is not, we don't know who's taking it. We don't know. All we know is the overall results of that. And we're looking forward to seeing, and we'll make sure that highlights of that get out to the community as well.
All right. Thanks so much, Charlie. Charlie Clark of the Hilton-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks.